What's up, unit? File on in. Replay unit. Smash that up just because you're not live. This is 0 seconds of notice as always. So I know a lot of you guys, most of you guys, going to be replay unit. Smash it. But for my live unit, I got to make sure everybody's 4 weeks plus. So they can chat in the amplified chat. I think that worked, right? Let's check it out. See what we got here. What's up, guys? File on in. It's going to take me a minute or two. Just made a fresh coffee. We're about a half an hour, 45 minutes away from Raw, so I was able to make this in time, a little preview. But we're going to go over a lot of stories, man. Big Charlotte Flair news. Big Drew McIntyre news, why he stormed out of the Royal Rumble, man, pissed off. Cena made a huge declaration. Bubba Dudley just said, finally, he said the stupidest thing he's ever said. We'll go over that. We'll go over Alexa Bliss, who she replaced. That was wild. And Sera from AEW making a bold declaration. So we'll go over all of that, man. Just give me a second. Make sure your audio is good. BC in the unit. Check 1, 2. BC in the unit coming at you. That sounds good, man. Your playback sounds good, guys. All right. That sounds pretty good. All right, guys. Let me get a swig of coffee. We got to jump right into it. Like I said, there's only about a half an hour, maybe 41 minutes. 41 minutes before Monday Night Raw. If anybody cares, if anybody's watching tonight, don't worry. BC will be. So I got you guys, man. I got you covered. So many of you guys tell me, BC, I don't even watch the shows. Thank you for watching 3 hours of this shit. Salute, unit. If you're here live, thank you on 0 seconds of notice. I just popped up live. It's what I do. And if you're part of the replay unit, Raw's probably over right now for you. But you still want to listen to this half an hour because we're going to talk about a bunch of shit. So live or replay unit. Salute. Especially channel members. I already see some channel members up in this chat. Salute. Big thank you to you guys for just an awesome Royal Rumble weekend, man. Technical difficulties. You guys still came through part 1 and part 2 of the Rumble review live. And then yesterday, man, BC just went live to just go over a bunch of stuff that happened at the Rumble. Just a pop-up special weekend edition of Amped Up. And you guys just, wow, that was uber successful, man. That was a lot of good conversation. Supposed to be about a half an hour, ended up being around 2 hours. So that was you guys, man. That was you guys, dude. You guys rocked out. The coffee was flowing. You guys were amped up, and BC stayed for about 2 hours. All right, let's get into it tonight. Tonight for Raw, the preview is as follows. They're doing qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber. For the dudes, you're going to get CM Punk versus Samuel Zayn. For the ladies, you're going to get Liv Morgan and Io Sky. They are advertising the return to Monday Night Raw of Charlie Flair. So Charles will be on the show tonight. At least that's what WWE is saying. So I'm guessing she's going to tease a Rhea Ripley match, picking her title. But she's most likely going to show up Friday night, talk trash to Tiffany, and it's probably going to end up being Tiffany and Charlie. So, but just know that you have Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley most likely tonight. And the big news coming up for Charlotte as well, not just winning the Rumble. Hours late. This is horrible timing for this to just come out now, but for Charlie, it's the divorce from Andrade. And I'm getting this triple source that is indeed that's the case. She has divorced Andrade, WWE superstar Andrade. The whole reason he came back wasn't just to work for Hunter Helmsley. It was to be with his lady, Charlotte. And then, so he came back early 2024. We're hearing that the divorce was in June of 2024, not too long after he got back. So Charles Flair and Andrade divorced. I thought that one may last a little bit because I also heard that Charles, and this is her prerogative, but for the sake of discussion, it has to be mentioned. I heard that she already had 2 marriages. And she's not that old. I think she's still in her 30s. So this was, I believe, her third. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I thought this one, especially knowing Andrade, he's pretty well put together, always dressing in his little fancy suits and holding the doors open. And so you thought that this one, if there was going to be one of those relationships, was going to last. But then again, I thought that with Lana and Rusev, Miro. That didn't happen either. Then again, I thought that with Britt Baker and Adam Cole. That didn't happen either. Listen, if Zelina and Malachi split up, I'm going to be pissed off, all right? I like that couple. But listen, all the best to Charlie and Andrade. That sucks, man. And to have that, to have that be out there right after you won the Rumble, that's rough. But we'll see, man. Tonight, she'll probably get all the woos and everybody will be all excited because it's still fresh. She returned. A couple weeks, that's when we're really going to start to hear, you're going to start to hear it kind of switch up. But does anybody know where they're at tonight for Raw? I did not get a chance to see that. Somebody in the live chat, if you don't mind, a quick little Google something. But I expect this to be a pretty kid, family-oriented crowd, so I'm guessing Charlie's going to have a lot of woos, just like the Yeet Master, right? That's going to be the thing. Do you guys think is it Cleveland? Cleveland. They have a lot of they have a lot of kids and families that go over there, man. Miz will tell you. Yeah, they'll probably be getting a lot of woos. And I'm sure the yeeting is going to be just fucking over the top obnoxious tonight. Pat McAfee will be yeeting all over the arena on the commentary table, probably jump in the ring to yeet real quick. He'll yeet all on the front row. Pat McAfee will be all yeeted up. Michael Cole will pull a couple hamstrings trying to keep up with the yeeting. The only question is, because Hunter loves to fill these shows anyway, because he has nothing. So if you can yeet for 10 minutes, he loves it. That's what we've been doing. So are we going to yeet for 5 minutes? A. Do you guys think we're going to yeet for 10 minutes? Option B tonight. Or do you guys think we're going to yeet for 15 minutes tonight, a whole segment? Because you know it's coming, man. He just won the Rumble. WWE is really trying to give off vibes of a yeet movement, like an old school yes movement. Maybe a little yeet-a-mania, like Kofi Mania. But they really want you to believe that this is it, man. That's why for weeks now, they've been just spending 10, 15 minutes on this yeeting. They just want to show everybody, see, come to W, it's a party. A lot of you guys think 10 minutes, right? That sounds about good. James Shrimp Fajita says 15, though. What if they go 20, right? What if they're just like, listen, just sell the shit out of this Yeetamania. Just go 20, bruh. I'm going to say 10 with a stupid promo that leads to nothing, and then maybe another couple of minutes. So maybe toward 15. Guys, you have both the Rumble winners tonight. John Cena. Wishful thinking, BC. Jason Uso. You still can't believe I'm saying that. Jason Uso. He'll be yeeting tonight, and Charlotte will be on the show wooing. So yeeting and wooing. And I'm sure BC will be booing where I am watching. So there you go. And again, 2 qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber. CM Punk and Samuel Zayn. And for the ladies, Liv Morgan, Io Sky. Sound good? That's your preview. Anything else that came out was less than 2 hours ago because I did not see it. So anybody else can put you in there. I think somebody in the chat mentioned Alexa. I don't know Alexa's status for tonight. I will say this because this was in my story, so I'll go over this now. Alexa Bliss was a last-second replacement to Shotzi. That is the word that we're getting. Shotzi was supposed to be in this Rumble, and Alexa ended up taking that spot. I think that's a win for everybody. No offense to Shotzi, but Alexa returning is a way bigger moment than Shotzi. In fact, we said this in yesterday's stream. I do believe, and a lot of you guys agreed, Alexa Bliss was the bigger pop than Charlie Flair even. Alexa Bliss got a bigger, better reaction. And when she got eliminated, listen, guys, that got a huge reaction, and not in a good way. So, yeah, Alexa Bliss joining this Rumble was a massive success. You know, I'm sure a lot of people would have rathered her win than Charlie. But she did replace Shotzi from what we're hearing, so I don't know her status for tonight. I'm going to stick with the ladies for a sec because I believe that's my other big, besides Charlie, Flair, and Alexa, Sera from AEW. She said something interesting recently. She was asked if she would ever go back to WWE or soon or ever. And she said, not even sure. My contract is ending in September, though. So later this year, September. And she says, maybe I'll stay in this place or maybe I won't. So that was very telling, right? First, she says, I don't know. Contract's up in September. Maybe I'll go back. But maybe I'll stay in this place. Maybe I won't. I don't know. And she just talks about AEW like it's just like it's a supermarket. Maybe I'll stay in this place. Maybe I won't. That's not a ringing endorsement if you're Tony Khan, right? That's probably not what you want to hear. You're just hearing things, people are telling you, dude, what's up with Saraya? Nothing. Why? I have her under contract. Yeah, but she's like, she's telling people when her contract is up and she says, maybe I'll go to WWE or maybe I'll stay there. Goes to show you, there was reports Saraya wasn't happy, and then she even kind of tried to shoot him down. She's like, no, I'm just asking for time off, and I was granted it. Well, I mean, the way it sounds, man, it sounds like the initial reports were accurate. You're not happy. And here's the thing, if he requested you time off, is your contract up in September? Would Tony Khan pull some shenanigan here where he's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to tack 6 months on as if it was injury time. Right? Because if she's getting paid this whole time, then Tony Khan could pull that. That's what Vince does and Tony does. I'm sure H will have to follow because it's business. You'll have to tack on injury time. So I don't know what this is. Vacation time? Family time? Whatever she asked for. It's been months. I don't think she could just sit home and wait out her contract unless it was that was talked about ahead of time. Like he's doing that to a bunch of talents. But they don't even know it. Malachi, Miro, Ricky Starks, Brittany Baker. There's so many. Wardlow, we don't know. There's so many people that don't know what's going on because Tony won't tell them, but he's just keeping them kind of on the sidelines. It's wild, man. So anyway, interesting, man. We'll see what's going on with Saraya. I don't know if, just like Vince, I don't know if Hunter would really want her back in the ring with all of her injuries. They might look at her like a liability now. I mean, that's how they were looking at Bryan Danielson as well, Daniel Bryan. So we'll see. So that's news on Alexa, last minute replacement for Shotzi, and Saraya is hinting at a WWE return. I want to go over to what Jonathan Cena recently said. What do I have? About a half an hour before Raw? Beautiful. Plenty of time. John Cena recently, right after the Rumble, and didn't bother taking all these stupid questions from the supposed media. Quotes. Instead, he just gave this whole promo. And he was talking about how this whole time he was trying to do business for others, right? The Theories, the Solos, Jason Uso. And it dawned on him when he was out there on that night, Saturday night. And he said, I am what's best for business. It's me. I'm what's best for business. So I will say this. I'm going to film a movie, he said, for the next 4 to 5 weeks. But I will be back for the Elimination Chamber. I will win the Elimination Chamber. And I will collect my 17th World Championship at WrestleMania. Love to hear it. There's just one problem with that, bro. Nothing makes sense now. Does any you can't just do something silly like have Jason Uso win the Rumble, which stamps a championship main event, and just go, I'll get my spot next month at the Chamber. We'll just switch it up. I was going to win the Rumble, but I'll wait a month. Because now, bro, what are you going to do? You're going to take on Cody? Are you going for Cody Rhodes when they set up CM Punk beautifully last Monday? And first of all, that's only because The Rock evidently decided he doesn't want to take on Cody. So what the hell was that whole story last year? That goes to show you nobody knew what was going on last year. Not Hunter, not Rock, not nobody. It was all sabotage when that piece of the fan base declared that Cody needed to finish his story. So we never got Rock and Roman. Instead, we got a whole year of bullshit. Nobody knew what was going on. And now, here we are 2 months before Mania, and people still don't know what the fuck's going on. That's the truth. They don't know what they're doing, guys. Look at what Hunter's booking is absolutely bipolar. It's all over the fucking place. It's Tourette's this way, it's Tourette's that way. Hunter doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. 1 minute you got CM Punk trying to set up a storyline with Cody. The next show he's trying to set up a story with Kevin Owens, but then the next show Kevin Owens is setting up a story with fucking Randy Orton is the word we're getting, right? They're going to reduce Randy and Kevin to another match. And then all of a sudden they're talking CM Punk, Logan Paul. Logan Paul is athletic. CM Punk is getting hurt every other match. Why would you put them together? Nothing is making sense. You're not going to believe what they had for Drew McIntyre. Thankfully, LA Knight actually fucked those plans up. I'll explain in a second. But we should be thanking LA Knight right now, because you were about to get a bullshit Priest McIntyre WrestleMania match. Guys, nothing makes sense. And here Cena is like, I will go to the Elimination Chamber and I will win the Elimination Chamber. That's even less realistic, bro. You couldn't even... You haven't won a fucking match since 1945. I might be off by a year or two, but the dude has not won a match since 1945. So the most realistic thing is you enter a rumble. You just got to chuck... You got to be lucky in the final four and chuck a couple asses over. Boom. That's the most realistic. And then you train your ass off and you believe you pull the Rocky story and Cena goes to Mania. So who the fuck is believing now that this Jonathan Cena that can't even throw little fucking Jason Uso over the top rope, can't even beat Austin Theory at WrestleMania? Who the fuck is believing he's winning an Elimination Chamber against 5 of the biggest superstars today? Who's believing that? He's all of a sudden going to Hulk up? He's going to have to take out every golden shovel that he's ever fucking produced. But forget the fact that it no longer even makes sense because this booking is so fucking rubbish. It's garbage. It's trash. But what about the point that none of it makes sense now, man? You set up Punk and Cody last week for nothing. Hunter is just doing shit to do it. He has no fucking plan. Hey, look at this. I'm going to tease you guys with Cody and Punk, but then I'm going to give you Jason Uso. Jey Uso's going to win the Rumble. We're all going to eat. And don't question, just say that I'm cooking. So now Jey Uso is in there. What is Jay's not taking on Cody. We know that. That's the dumbest fucking thing. You're going from Cody and Roman for 2 Manias. 2 Manias. Cody and Roman Reigns to Cody and Jason Uso. What the fuck? What the fuck? Nobody's believing. Is he going to hint tonight that he's going to show up to SmackDown and talk to Cody? What are you going to do, Jay? Are you going to beat Cody after Cody just literally beat the fucking tribal chief himself? Stop it, dude. That's not realistic. So it only leaves one match, Jey Uso and Gunther. The problem is we've seen it twice. They were boring both times. The second one even more boring than the first. I think. I forgot both of them already. So what? Now he wins the title out of nowhere? This whole Gunther world title reign was just to give it to Jason Uso at Mania so everybody can fucking yeet? You guys know there is no business that Jay has right now at WrestleMania other than the 3 talking points. That's all you have. He deserves it, which everybody does. Like I said, Chad Gable more than anybody in that fucking Rumble. So I don't want to hear he deserves it. Everybody that laces up boots deserves it. He pushes merchandise. Many people do at many times. They don't get Rumble victories in WrestleMania main events. LA Knight would like to talk to H if that's the case. And the third talking point would be, What the fuck is the third talking point? He deserves it. He pushes. Oh, he's super over. Well, Sethington has his fucking sing along too, and that got him super over. But we all knew as a wrestling community that just because we're singing this doofus song does not put Seth into a main event. So just because a bunch of kids want to go yeet 85 billion times every Monday night does not put this dude into a WrestleMania. Why? Because it's not fun. Why? Because it's not exciting. Why? Because it doesn't captivate anybody. Why? Because it doesn't make sense. Why? Because it's stupid. Why? Because it's bullshit. Hey, I just said why a bunch. That could be my catchphrase, and that'll put my ass into WrestleMania. There you go. It's stupid. So now Cena wants to win the chamber to get his match with who? It's got to be Cody, obviously. The easiest match here was fucking Gunther. Gunther has gotten boring as fuck. Hunter doesn't know how to book this guy with a title. He doesn't know how to book anybody with a title. He doesn't know how to book anybody, period. But you put a title on him and Hunter looks at it like a sinking ship. He doesn't know what to do. It's like a deer in headlights. Oh. You gotta fucking taser this guy or something to wake him up. So Gunther gets a championship. He didn't know what the fuck to do. Gunther's been non-existent. I have to remind myself that he's a fucking champion. So who pulls something out of him, right? We've already seen Jey Uso a couple of times. That does nothing for anybody. That's a Saturday night's main event match. It's barely a Raw match. If that was a house show match, I'd still go outside and pick up a bad habit and play in traffic. So now you have Gunther and Cena would have been the match, man. Cena will pull the best out of Gunther, trust me. Even in that loss, Gunther will find great victory. Cena gets his 17th. The Flairs will be there, the family, the pyro. It'll be a fucking celebration. But now you get Cody and Cena has no fucking story. Cody tries to be John Cena. That's the story. You've been my hero, and now I have to slay my hero. Well, Cody, I have to do this because I only have these last months in my career. All because Hunter wanted to do stupid Hunter shit like he always does. Wouldn't it be cool if we tried to swerve everybody? Let's throw Jey Uso out there. Yes, because we all want to see Jey fucking Uso in our main event at WrestleMania. The dude couldn't even put on a good match with his own fucking brother Jimmy. How the fuck do you not have a good Uso versus Uso match? That's my favorite tag team. I thought that was going to be one of the best matches in WrestleMania history. I still can't believe what the fuck they did. Something about Jey Uso as a singles competitor, he just does not fucking after the yeeting is over, it does not work, bro. It doesn't work. So, the whole point of this story is John Cena is declaring he will be at the chamber and he is going to win it. Well, where are you going to go, bro, at that point? The stories are fucked over. And where the fuck does CM Punk fit in all this? CM Punk and Cody had such a good promo. So Hunter was backstage on Gorilla with the headset. He saw that, he heard it, and he goes, that was good. Let's finish it now. Well, you want him to have a match next week? No, let's just leave it alone. I don't know what to do now. I might have to give CM Punk a main event. I don't want to do that. Call him Petty Paul for a fucking reason. Don't want to give CM Punk that main event. You know, just sitting in their lap, man. You got Punk, you got Cody. Boom, sold. You got Cena, you got Gunther. Boom, sold. You do 7 matches apiece on the undercard, 8 matches each night, 16 matchups. You're good, bro. Don't overcomplicate it. You're not good at creative, bro. Just understand that. Did you guys hear what Punk just said in an interview? He goes, the differences with Vince and Hunter and creative is that when Hunter doesn't know things, I'm not kidding. Slight paraphrase, guys. But Punk said, when Hunter doesn't know things, he'll look at Michael Hayes and Bruce Pritchard and Heyman or anybody that's around, and he'll just start asking, what should I do? You remember he said, of course, I keep going to Vince because why wouldn't I? He's a wealth of knowledge. And everyone's like, what? Why would you do that? And I'm like, because that's what Hunter doesn't know what he's doing, bro. And when he tries to do it himself, we see what happens. You know, so on one hand, I'm glad that he's like asking around, but he needs just a team. It just can't be Vince's people, man. And Paul Heyman is checked out. I love the dude. He's a mastermind, but he's in control of the bloodline story. And even that at many times kind of went off the rails. And he's got to, Paul Heyman has his hands full. But you can't just go to Michael P.S. Hayes and Brewster Pritchard and all of them, dude. He's got to get a team. That's what made NXT successful. The Regals and all of that. But, back then he had Dusty and all of them. If you can't find the right team, get out. Just admit you can't and just be an on-air character because Hunter loves the spotlight anyway. Just be a manager. Be on comment. I don't want to hear that voice. But just do something. You know what I mean? Do something. Be the general manager. That's fine. And then have an awesome job too. An awesome office job. Right? Get even more money in WWE headquarters. I'm cool with that, man. We all are. We all used to do the spritzing, right? We were all at one point, most of us Triple H fans. Yeah, time to play the game. Are you ready? Yeah, that was fun 20 years ago, man. But let's not act like we're a creator, That's like BC saying I'm a singer. I should be getting Grammys, Fuck the Beyonce. Get the fuck off. Kendrick Lamar. Boot. Das Boot. I'm booting everybody because I'm the Grammy winner around here. No, I'm not. I have no business singing. Hunter Helmsley is head of creative and content officer in 2025. If you guys haven't heard the stories from back in the day, if you haven't heard the Vince Russo stories when he was the writer, whether you like Vince Russo or not, the things he would say, and Hunter would be backstage. That's our head of creative. And I mention this because if you wonder why WrestleMania is so fucking awful the past couple of years creatively and nothing is making sense and nothing seems to fit, you don't have to look far. Look at the guy at the top. That's the problem. Making decisions like, hey, Jey Uso, but why? It makes no sense. It doesn't matter. It's a swerve. We don't need a swerve in that moment. But predictable was fine with Charlie Flair, but all of a sudden it wasn't for John Cena. The one person most of us didn't want Charlie, but we were more than okay with Cena because we know this is the last this is it, 17 is the record. So the one we were okay with, you said, nah, psych. The one we did not want to see another time, you're like, hey, Charlie, go up there, do the deed. I have no salute. I'm glad John Cena is saying that. I do want to see 17th, and it has to happen at Mania. There's no other way. There's no other place for the record of Ric Flair that he tied. You don't do that in Saudi Arabia, guys. You don't do it at Survivor Series. You don't even do that at SummerSlam. This is one of those moments that lives in the annals of time. With Ric Flair out there and everybody celebrating this occasion. That is a Mania moment. How did you drop the ball at Rumble? But John Cena declaring that he will win the chamber. You guys want to hear the stupid... we have a lot of fun with Bubba, Bully Ray Dudley, whatever his name is. Because he says a lot of stupid shit. You guys know that. But this was it. Right? We were all waiting for the stupidest. Guys, did you hear what he said about John Cena and what he should do? He said, what if John Cena wins the chamber? And what if he chooses Joe Hendry? Now, BC likes Joe Hendry, right? When it comes to believing and not believing, I will say this. I believe in Joe Hendry. I do. What I do not believe in is Jonathan Cena winning the fucking chamber, looking at the World Championship, looking at that WWE Undisputed, whatever you call these two fucking titles, and then going, I want the TNA Joe Hendry title. Again, these are the moments you think the heavenly highs that people like Bubba are not actually running a TV show. I can't. Yes, Bubba. Yes. John Cena should go for Joe Hendry's TNA championship because that's makes sense, man. Let's move on. So you guys hear this one. Drew McIntyre. Pump this up a little bit. Drew McIntyre was upset right after the Rumble. He was furious, went backstage. A lot of people were wondering, is this storyline? Is it real? Because there's been many stories documented, proven, triple sourced, that he's been very angry backstage. Real. And then there's been a couple that he tried to just milk for storylines. So that's why, especially when it comes to Drew, nobody really knew. But we got more info. Apparently, LA Knight, they're blaming LA Knight, botched some spots that was supposed to be for Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Now, apparently, Priest was supposed to eliminate McIntyre much sooner in the Rumble. That was going to set up a Mania match. But LA Knight did like a series of events that is being described as going into business for himself. If that is the case, we all owe LA Knight a debt of gratitude because he may have saved us from a Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, a fucking Monday Night Raw match at best at WrestleMania, because I know a lot of us, if not most, would much rather an LA Knight, Drew McIntyre feud/match. So get Mac over to SmackDown and start that story. It's already in the headlines anyway. LA Knight's name has been dropped. So spark this into it. If it's not already a story, make it one. Drew, LA Knight, done. Because you got nothing for Knight anyway. Forget the fact that he was one of the biggest merch sellers. He had one of the biggest catchphrases. Yeah. Because that's what I'm told gets you Rumble victories and WrestleMania spots, right? If you have a big catchphrase, a one-word catchphrase, like, I don't know, like yeet. If only LA Knight had something. Oh, yeah. If only he was the number one merchandise seller. Oh, yeah, he was for the better part of a month plus, actually. But they didn't want to do anything with him. So that quickly went backwards. So now what you have is LA Knight with nothing. Drew McIntyre forced to a Damian Priest WrestleMania match. So if this somehow, the stars aligned where Drew got pissed off at LA Knight, and this is now out there, well, now make it a storyline. Drew, LA Knight. Because it's way better than Priest and McIntyre for most of us. And WrestleMania is already looking like a shit fest. So if we can salvage it any which way, let's do that. But that's a little bit more of an update. Because all we knew right after Mania and all the rest of the weekend, all day Sunday, is that Drew was pissed off. And everyone's just kind of wondering, was it storyline because he's done this in the past, or was it real because he's done that in the past? He's been pissed off. Well, it looks like LA Knight was the root cause. And by the way, if this story pans out to be 100% just legitimate as the way that it sounds now, I don't blame Knight for being pissed off. When you find out that fucking Jey Uso is getting that moment and going to Mania. Because of a fucking catchphrase. Because I promise you, just look at the ratings and just listen to the response while he's wrestling. He's not captivating anybody. You guys are a little bit more harsher than BC because he's one half of my favorite tag teams. You guys call him the 3 moves of doom, which is even less moves than John Cena, the 5 moves of doom. And my Steiner math is telling me that's even worse. But as a singles wrestler, Jay just doesn't connect, not even with BC. So LA Knight knows that Hunter absolutely fucked him over. And now all of a sudden he's giving Jason Uso the spot. So all of a sudden we're hearing reports that LA Knight was a little bit combative. He was fighting the authority. And the words that we're using is business. He went into business for himself during the Rumble several times. And he upset some of the talent, including Drew McIntyre, big time. Listen, I don't blame him one fucking bit. If I found that out, I'd be fucking livid. So props to LA Knight for going into business for himself and saying, no, Hunter, fuck off. I might not win this motherfucker, but I'll go out when I go out. What I got? Oh, 8 minutes. Oh man, you know what? I gotta X-nay the rest of my stories, guys. That's what I'm gonna give you for now. Let me go. Damn. My channel membership was not popping off for some reason. So, I know there were some channel membership chats. I apologize, guys. They're not popping up right now. But channel members, I saw them while I was ranting away. So, when I get them, I will absolutely put them in a pre-record as a shout out. Yeah, for some reason they're not showing up. But let me give a shout out to the super chats. Yeah, where is my channel? I don't even know where that is. Well, anyway, Rajin. I appreciate the coffee, Rajin, before we start off Raw. Sup, BC in the AMP unit, usually on the replay unit because of working overtime. But glad to be here with the live unit. Salud. Let's go, Rajin. Rajin. I don't know if you're still up in the chat, but salute. I appreciate you. Oh, man, 5 minutes. We got to go. Hold on, man. I got to find those channel membership chats. I'll get, guys, my pre-record. And I know there was some super thankses in yesterday's live stream after we were live. So I'll make sure that I shout all of you guys up in the Raw review pre-record tomorrow. There's a huge review coming up tomorrow, guys. I assure you of that. Oh, hold on. There was another super. Hold on. Adam Cleary, 2-spot coffee. Thank you, BC, for keeping it amplified. Adam, thank you, brah. Adam, you are a new gold member, by the way. So let me give you a double salute, dude. Adam, salute. That's one. I take, you know, BC, I get amped up, man. I got to put up 3 hours on Monday Night Raw, man. We got to be awake for this shit. Adam, salute. Ragin, thank you, salute. And my channel members, man, I will get those membership super chats. I assure you, they're not popping up for some reason, but I'll absolutely get them. Salute, guys. Enjoy Raw. No, is that a comedy line? Be captivated by it is what I would like to tell you. But in this era, all we can do is, try to enjoy wrestling is what they tell us. Well, let's try to enjoy it. Let's hope they give us something to enjoy. How's that? Salute, unit. Until next time, there will be that next time. BC in the unit saying, check you, the Raw review tomorrow. Smash that up, replay unit. I don't care if Raw's off the air. Smash it. Salute, guys. Check you.